It looks like all hell is breaking loose at airports.
God bless these TSA agents. These are American heroes. 50,000 of them have been working without pay since February 14th. Houston's airport is a mess. Atlanta's a mess.
At 12:03, President Trump told reporters he wanted a ceasefire with Iran. At 12:05, he declared victory. At 12:07, he announced he was sending Marines. At 12:08, he said no boots on the ground. At 12:17, he asked for a ceasefire. At 12:23, he told NATO they were cowards. At 12:37, he demanded Iran open Hormuz. At 12:39, he said Hormuz was never closed. At 12:41, he said the U.S. was not at war with Iran. At 12:42, he declared victory in Iran. So far, the only thing that Americans are really going to feel is the higher gas prices.
Yeah.
Not that that's nothing.
Hey, maybe you can take the American Airlines bus. Check out the American Airlines bus. The copywriting. It's a premium. It's not a bus. It's a premium motor coach experience that offers many of the same amenities.
It's not a bus.
It's not a bus.
You can earn miles. You can earn miles on the Landline travel.
Oh, welcome back, everybody. Boy, do we have an episode for you. It seems like every day I've just got this ball of anxiety in the pit of my stomach. How about you? Do you?
Massive.
Yeah,
I can't
nice shirt, by the way.
Thanks, pal. Can't even begin to describe. It's
I don't know what's going on.
I've asked friends if they think this is what, especially over the weekend, if this is what they thought the Cuban Missile Crisis felt like at all.
Oh, sure. I bet that was way worse.
Probably way worse.
Yeah.
But you got to factor in.
At least Kennedy was competent.
Sure. You got to factor in the fact that you just have zero trust in the person who is
the people.
As we're going to get into, how are you not anxious with who's at the helm of this whole thing? So
it's all just such a fucking joke. It's so ridiculous.
A tremendous amount of anxiety.
So, guys,
and not just for physical danger, but also, God, I mean, you have to. I've texted so many family members being like, "Hey, I don't know what's going to happen. Like, I hope you're, don't make an extravagant purchase or something. Save some.
Actually, do it, man. Fuck it, make that extravagant purchase.
Sure. Who knows? We all might die, but if we don't, the economy could be thrown into a tailspin. So I try to have a little bit of money squirreled away. I don't know.
I was thinking on the drive over here that we might end up getting a boost in GDP and consumer spending because people might just have a fuck it attitude. Fuck it, I'll buy that TV. I'll buy them mango slices. That's me at Costco. Fuck it, I'll buy them mango slices. I did. And pineapple chunks. And dried figs.
I mean, I guess it depends. If it depends what your mindset is like. For me, I'm very nervous, and I don't really want to spend money on anything.
Well, if you don't feel like spending any money on anything, go to the creditcardlist.com and get yourself that new Southwest card before it goes away.
I mean, you're going to want that BOGO ticket with the way air travel's going. Maybe it won't feel so bad paying double the price if you're getting 2 tickets.
Yeah, BOGO. And
I'm glad I have all the credit card points because
it's really nice.
Flying is going to get out of control.
Yeah. Also, for the bonus people, we're going to be doing a Q&A again. So sign up, benandemilshow.com, and we'll be posting the phone number for you to call and leave a question for us. So this episode, we're going to be talking all about, boy, oh boy, we're going to be talking going to give you a comprehensive timeline of what's happened, get you up to speed with what's going on with Iran. And literally moments ago, we just got some headlines that are
very relevant to our show. We have to go through. We're going to go through this insane trade that came in on Monday morning.
A couple of them
regarding the Iran war. It's just.
And then we're going to talk about travel and planes and whether or not it's safe to be out there and flying because you guys know me, I'm a bit of an optimist and I kind of am like, but lately I'm like this, like, even though this was fully human error, well, I guess they typically are
I have to say,
one way or another.
outside of maybe 9/11, this is probably the most uneasy because as a child, I was a bit like, we're going to get on a plane to Greece right now?
Yeah.
And also, I remember JFK for some reason, JFK Jr., it was splashed all across magazines, and that one kind of freaked me out.
No, he was splashed all across the ocean.
That's
because that's where his plane ended up.
The news of it was splashed all.
Yeah.
And I remember being in the terminal and my dad going, JFK Jr. is a fucking idiot. Like, he's...
It's so funny. My dad was devastated because he really liked the guy.
Well, he was calming me down. He was like, this guy... These pilots,
small plane.
These pilots are trained. It's nothing like...
If Looks could pilot a plane, he'd be alive.
Sure,
but
he should have
unfortunately,
never been flying at night.
Yeah,
you know?
He was very inexperienced. The hubris on that guy. You would think that he would have been a little more... I don't know. He's probably too busy fighting with his wife. Would you shut up back there? She's sipping a martini. Anyway, okay. So, man.
Here we are.
Last Thursday... Netanyahu with his dumb monkey face he looks like a chimp.
He's a strange looking guy.
He's a strange looking guy. He kind of looks like one of my uncles, my Uncle Jeff. Like if my Uncle Jeff lost a little weight and
he does. You know who he looks like?
What? Who?
He looks like Andros from Star Fox 64.
Andros? How do you even spell that?
Andross.
Andros from Star Fox 64. Wow. Yeah, he kind of does. That first one on the left, top left. I have an announcement to make. The country of Israel is going to be attacking. I bet you didn't know that I could do a little bit of BB, huh?
I honestly
We're going to be dropping bombs on Iran because the government of Iran has nuclear weapons, and we are going to shut off. I am going to jump off a bridge.
He looks like also Winnie the Pooh, a little bit of Winnie.
I look like Winnie the Pooh. If you say that about me, that's anti-Semitic, and you should be ashamed of yourself.
I know. I saw, if you go back to the Andros one, I saw the ones with he's got the hands. Scroll down. Oh, yeah. I mean, that. I'm like, oh, Jesus, someone's gonna.
It was Andros a bad guy?
He's like the bad guy.
I'm going to take down Star Fox.
Go to see that Game Over one with the hands. That looks like a
Wow.
anti-Semitic conspiracy.
Well, so Bibi said it could end earlier than we expect on Thursday. And then Friday, Trump said he doesn't want a ceasefire with Iran. But then when the market closed, he said we're considering winding down. So just immediately flip-flops within hours, within minutes. And then that caused the market to spike after hours. And I'm sitting, thank God I was still at my computer. I was like, holy shit. And I'm buying a bunch of stuff.
This has been every day. It's been like this. Someone did a little timeline of just basically less than an hour here where how confusing this has all been. At 12:03, President Trump told reporters he wanted a ceasefire with Iran. At 12:05, he declared victory. At 12:07, he announced he was sending Marines. At 12:08, he said no boots on the ground. At 12:11, he said he did not want a ceasefire. At 12:16, he declared victory again. At 12:17, he asked for a ceasefire. At 12:23, he told NATO they were cowards. At 12:29, he said Iran was begging for a ceasefire. At 12:31, he said everything was perfect. At 12:36, he said $500 oil was a good thing. At 12:37, he demanded Iran open Hormuz. At 12:39, he said Hormuz was never closed. At 12:41, he said the U.S. was not at war with Iran. At 12:42, he declared victory in Iran.
When was that? What day was that? Today?
This is March 22nd.
Oh, great. Okay, so that was Sunday. Jesus God.
Yep. Sunday.
Yeah. Well, because then over the weekend, everybody's all breathing a sigh of relief. The market, at least, going, okay, maybe this is all winding down, as he said. We're considering winding down. But then over the weekend, Trump tweets out this 48-hour ultimatum. He says that 48 hours from exactly now, Iran has 48 hours from exactly right now to what, surrender?
Open the Strait
Strait.
of Hormuz, or they're going to start hitting energy infrastructure, things like their electrical infrastructure, all that kind of stuff.
And then the futures market opens up on Sunday evening, 6 p.m.
Well, and Iran said oh, go ahead, do it. We'll start hitting all kinds of
water desalination plants. Yeah,
every kind of infrastructure thing all across the Middle East. Water desalination plants is probably the biggest one, and this would this is what I'm talking about. When this weekend, I was wondering if it felt like Cuban Missile Crisis. Probably not, but you have Trump being a madman saying, "I'm going to cripple their energy infrastructure." And Iran, who is basically fighting a war for survival, it's like, all right, well, then we'll just destroy the world economy by and terrifying. I was going, I guess we'll just see what happens Monday and Tuesday.
Yeah, nothing we can do. Well, so what always is an indicator for me, and I would encourage a lot of you to do this as well, is I look at what the market is doing because they know better than anybody. Typically, until recently, because with all the insider trading, it's all just one big manipulation going on by Trump and his inner circle. But I'll get to that in a sec. Market starts to open up and look a little shaky on Sunday, but not that bad. I was expecting like 2-3% down. It was like 0.25%.
I'm shocked.
0.5%.
I'm here. I'm like you before COVID. Every week I'm going, what the fuck would it take?
Well, and then like, early Monday,
threatening to throw it all into hell is just not enough.
So early Monday morning, about 7:30 Eastern time, Trump tweets out that good news, back channel negotiations have been occurring and they're positive, and the market immediately rips.
It's really funny too because all this is this massive thing moving the market it's a Trump truth with typos and everything. I am pleased to report that the United States of America and the country of Iran have had, over the last 2 days, very good and very productive conversations regarding a complete and total resolution of our hostilities in the Middle East. Based on the tenor and tone of these in-depth, detailed, and constructive conversations, which, spelled like a witch that rides a broom, will continue throughout the week, I have instructed the Department of War to postpone any and all military strikes against Iranian power plants and energy infrastructure for a 5-day period, subject to the success of the ongoing meetings and discussions. Thank you for your attention to this matter, President Donald J. Trump.
Hey, everybody. When hair starts to thin for you guys out there, your confidence can too. That's why Hims makes it simple to feel like yourself again with access to simple, personalized care that fits your life and those hair goals of yours. So if you're tired of trying to figure out what actually works for hair loss, baby, don't worry anymore, because through Hims, you get access to clear solutions, expert guidance, and an online process that takes the confusion out of care.
Hims offers convenient access to a range of prescription hair loss treatments with ingredients that work, including chews, oral medication, serums, and sprays.
Mm-hmm.
Doctor-trusted ingredients like finasteride and minoxidil, this guy knows a little bit about it, they can stop further hair loss and regrow hair in as little as 3 to 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
Why wait, okay? You shouldn't have to go out of your way to feel like yourself. Hims brings expert care straight to you with 100% online access to personalized treatment plans that put your goals first. That means you're not going to some doctor's office. They're bringing it right to you, baby.
Yeah. For simple online access to personalized and affordable care for hair loss, ED, weight loss, and more, visit hims.com/bays. That's hims.com/bays for your free online visit. hims.com/BAES. Featured products include compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription required. See website for full details, restrictions, and important safety information. Individual results may vary based on studies of topical and oral minoxidil and finasteride. 5 minutes before that happened, that very obviously hastily written out, probably literally on the toilet or something.
And extremely hyperbolic for many reasons.
Yes. 5 minutes before that, someone out there bought, and we'll find a good image of this and post it up there. Someone bought $1.5 billion in notional S&P futures, meaning it wasn't literally $1.5 billion. That's how many. That's how much the options controlled. So it was more like probably a couple $100 million, but still. And then someone also sold sold short $192 million worth of oil futures. And you can see everybody's talking about it because everybody can see it. It's not some conspiracy. You see the spike in the volume, which was very unusual for that time because it was before the market actually opened. It's very illiquid. And and then 5 minutes later, he tweets this thing. I
believe it's 14 minutes. It's 14 minutes total,
excuse me. Obviously, someone knew. I wouldn't be surprised if it was fucking Trump himself or one of his dipshit, asshole, cock-sucking motherfuck sons, because who's going to stop him? Who is going to who's going to fucking hold them to account? It would be so easy for them to get the SEC and get the information from the brokerages and have a hearing and get to the bottom of who this was. But it's not going to fucking happen. It's just not. This is where we are. Trump has effectively conditioned the market to move up or down on his whims, and he knows it now. All he has to do is tweet the right thing. He knows he can be brash and hard as soon as the market closes on Friday, and then be Mr. Tough all weekend, and then start to soften up come Monday so that the market doesn't freak out. And now the market is attuned to it. It's so crazy making because everybody knows it collectively. It's such a joke. Everybody knows that he's willing to just lie to appease markets. And the market, everybody knows that he's lying. Everybody knows that it's all bullshit, but it's still.
And on that point, he is fully lying. Multiple sources from Iranian government.
Oh yeah, they immediately said
leaders of parliament, all kinds of spokespeople have come out and been like, we have not talked to them. We are not talking to them. And in fact, every time we do talk to them, they use it as cover to bomb the shit out of us. So we're actually all good on that.
Yeah. He claimed that talks were going well and he postponed his 48-hour window. I think he changed it to 5 days or something, which incidentally lines up with the market closing on Friday. The Iranian military, because they're obviously kind of split right now. The Iranian military's pumped and they're like, yeah, that's, you know why he's saying that? It's because we're winning. Meanwhile, the Iranian government says he's a liar who requested negotiations, but Iran did not respond to the request. In fact, the speaker of the Iranian parliament, let's open this up. These two messages from him. This is, I can't say his name. I don't know how to say his name.
Give it a go. No, it's fine.
Galibaf.
Yeah,
Galibaf.
It seems like what I would say.
Number one, out of two tweets. Iranian people demand complete and remorseful punishment of the aggressors. Us. All Iranian officials stand firmly behind their supreme leader and people until this goal is achieved. No negotiations have been held with the U.S., and fake news is used to manipulate the financial and oil markets and escape the quagmire in which the U.S. and Israel are trapped. Yeah, no fucking shit. Well said, sir.
I mean, this is the thing. It's unfortunate because a lot of people are giving a lot of credence to things that the Iranian government is saying because they feel like they can rely on that more than their own government, at the very least their own president. And that's not just people like us. Here, I'm going to send, it just reminded me, I'm going to send this to you, Connor. Just play this. This is not some shit lib fucking, this is former CIA director John Brennan. Let's see what he has to say about who he trusts more in this moment.
Of Iran, like, they are an authoritarian regime who's known to lie, but like, I'm confused. What is going on? Help me. Calm me down.
Well, I tend to believe Iran more than I do Donald Trump because he could not acknowledge the truth even when it is, he's slapped in the face with it repeatedly. And it's clear that, he is flailing right now. He's trying to figure out how he's going to get out of this debacle that he has created. And so he's going to make these claims about negotiations that the Iranians now are sending signals that they really want to make a deal and indicates that they're going to make a deal on our terms. I don't think anything close to the truth in that statement. They may be talking to people indirectly, And we know that the Turks and the Egyptians are trying to find some way to mediate this problem. So there could be some members, distant members of parliament that are out there that are speaking individually. But I don't believe there's anybody speaking authoritatively right now on behalf of the Iranian government with the Trump administration.
Okay, that's good. Just wild stuff. I mean, you basically have former CIA Director John Brennan saying similar things to the Iranian parliament leader.
Apparently, a senior Iranian official tells Al Jazeera that the United States has so far rejected their two main conditions. Number one, payment of compensation and recognition of aggression toward us. So basically, you're pissing in the wind, Iran, because you're never going to get that from. You want an apology from Donald Trump?
Well, but here's the thing. I mean, pissing in the wind, for me, pissing in the wind is going to meet those reject real estate moguls, Steve Witkoff and fucking Jared Kushner.
Mm-hmm.
These guys have no idea what they're talking about. Other intelligence officials, I'm blanking on his name. I mean, so many have said it, that in the original talks, what Iran put forth to them was so good, but these guys are so stupid that they literally couldn't understand what was put in front of them. And,
well, yeah, it might have been in Arabic.
And so that's...
oh, I can't read this. I don't know how to read
probably
this.
Be Farsi, I guess. But
sure.
They, what that's pissing in the wind. You're going to talk to these guys who every time it's been cover. And you get back from negotiations and
that's
you go,
5D chess, dude. Come on.
Jesus Christ, they're bombing the shit out of us. And so now they're at this point where like Trump's put them in a position where how do you even, if you want out, if you're Iran, you want out.
Yeah.
How do you even get any kind of concession where you're like, oh yeah, I trust that you're not going to just try to destroy us in 2 months, 4 months, 6 months.
Or trust that whatever he says today holds true tomorrow when he decides to just fucking...
I genuinely don't know how... I don't know what assurances, if you're Iran, you could actually trust at this point.
Yeah.
And this is what... We've done this with so many countries across the globe, including our own allies.
When Donald Trump dies in office, which I pray to God it happens... The celebrations around the world, it very well might briefly unite the entire globe.
There will be
it'll unite the globe for a beautiful week,
and
everybody will be celebrating.
All of the beautiful tweets we're going to be getting from right-wing freaks, like
you guys, you're mean.
We need to fire them. We need to get them fired.
Shut up, you stupid!
I saw him dancing
bitch.
in the street.
Yeah, and you know what? Try to fire me. Come after me, bitch. God, man. Do you remember that? There's a famous video of this old white hair, short little college coach. He's like a football coach, and he's like, he's all excited.
Yeah. People have been
going into the locker room, and they're
yeah.
like, "This is me pulling over and going into whatever building, immediate building as soon as it happens."
And everyone knows what he's talking about.
Yes.
But this is, I mean, just to really hammer home how confusing this is right now. Iran might not even. Can you play the clip I just sent? They might not even. This man seems to think the war is over.
We've won this. This war has been won. The only one that likes to keep it going is the fake news. I mean, the New York Times. You read the New York Times, it's like we're not winning a war where they have no Navy and they have no Air Force and they have no nothing. And we literally have planes flying over Tehran and other parts of their country. They can't do a thing about it.
Okay.
For instance, if I want to take down that power plant, that very big, powerful power plant, they can't do a thing about it. It's like, take me. That's all they can do. And yet, if you read the New York Times or if you watch ABC fake news or NBC fake news, you'd say, it's a close battle. It's not a close battle.
And so that's the Department of State.
Fucking sick of this.
That's the Department of State's Twitter account. They posted that today at 12:15 p.m. And this is his view of the war. And apparently the Department of State's view of the war this thing is won. And so that just illustrates this guy has no idea what's going on. Yeah, you might be flying planes over Tehran, but that's not how this war's going. All right. There's clearly a dead man switch here. You had no idea what you were getting into. You don't understand anything that's going on. Hey, gang, we got to take a quick break to talk to you about jeans. We're talking to you about the perfect jeans.
Not genetics jeans, folks. Pants jeans.
We're talking about the perfect jean.
Oh,
right?
yeah, man. Because shopping for jeans sucks. I hate it.
It's one of the all-time worst things.
It's all. It really is one of the all-time worst
finding
things.
a pair that fits, that's comfortable, that looks good, next to impossible.
Buying things online, sizing, colors, all that stuff.
And then you get home
man.
and you're like, what did I even get? I don't even know what these are.
That's why you gotta check out the perfect jean. It's because someone out there finally asked, hey, why do jeans have to suck? Why can't they fit right, feel amazing, and look good? And it turns out they can. The perfect jean is for guys who want to look good, put together as the weather warms up, but refuse to sacrifice comfort to do it. You shouldn't have to choose between looking good and feeling good. I'm always saying this. I'm always talking about this. Whether you're shopping for yourself or getting these as a gift, baby, it's the perfect thing. I mean, that's why it's in the name. It's perfect jeans.
They got something for everyone, too. I mean,
Yeah.
six fits from skinny to thick, waist 26 to 52, and length 26 to 38. That's over 5,000 ways to find your perfect fit, all right? So no matter if you're tall, short, skinny, or thick with 2 C's, you should never have to settle for jeans that prevent you from living your best life.
Over 500,000 men have made the switch to perfect jeans. Thousands of guys who wore Levi's for 20 plus years have donated their entire collection after trying one pair. Baby, that's all you gotta know. Among the 35,000 plus 5-star reviews, the same phrase is used over and over: as comfortable as sweatpants.
So one guy even said, girlfriend can't keep her hands off my butt.
Dang, man.
And another guy said, best jeans I've ever owned. This isn't marketing BS. This is what actual customers say.
Well, our listeners get 15% off their first order plus free shipping at theperfectjean.nyc or Google The Perfect Jean and use code BAYS15 for 15% off. Well, so then, as of yesterday, I was seeing that some Israeli official was saying on Israeli television that Washington has set April 9th as the date to end the war, and also says that contacts are underway to arrange a meeting between senior Iranian and U.S. officials in Islamabad later this week, with J.D. Vance being considered as the senior official to join the meeting. And Israel then reported that Iran is ready to offer, quote, very significant and serious concessions regarding its nuclear program, but the likelihood of reaching an agreement is low. And then just before
they were ready to fucking do that.
Yeah.
They were like, dude, I just can't. President Trump could have gotten a better deal than Obama got. And he could have ended this thing and been like, I did it. I told you guys I could renegotiate the Iran deal. Instead, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No,
I
know.
don't understand.
Brother.
I don't understand.
Well, and then just before we started recording, minutes before we started recording, an unconfirmed report from Israel's Channel 12 News says that there is a framework in place for a month-long ceasefire that is being spearheaded by Witkoff and Kushner. And judging by let's see if the market is immediately spiking up, and it is staying up, which indicates that people are either everybody's willing to believe it or just wants to believe it or whatever. But then I was also seeing that there were a bunch of brand new Polymarket wallets opened, like a dozen of them, and all had bets spread out on a ceasefire by the end of the month up to April 15th. So take with that what you will. Probably going to happen. That's my guess, because now that's what you got to go by. Is, hey, what are the absolute corrupt asshole insiders doing? That's what also gets me, is they're only going to make like $1 million. That's how much it's going to pan out. Well, yeah. I mean, if you've got the resources in the capital that these butt fuckers have, well, I guess there's. I mean, doing it with Polymarket is probably a little more sketch, but
look, I obviously hope that I hope that is true. I want this to end as soon as possible. I think this is horrific. Obvious. So far, the only thing that Americans are really going to feel is the higher gas prices.
Yeah.
Not that that's nothing. We're getting close. I saw it. I think the cheap one I go to now just hit $5.69 by my house.
SoCal Gas? Are you one of those guys?
No,
Exxon?
I don't even know what it's called.
Man, I treat my car right. I go to 76.
But as soon as I get above like $6, because I get a 15-gallon tank, I'm gonna start paying $100 every time I want to fill my tank. That's massive. That's crazy. That's a lot of money. Across the world, it's getting bad for people already.
Yeah.
Philippines has declared a national emergency over high fuel prices.
They got a 4-day work week that they've instituted to reduce energy.
Yeah, a lot of people are doing all kinds of oil shock deja vu. Thailand may revive 1973 emergency law. Southeast Asia shuts offices, limits travel. Countries such as Indonesia and Vietnam heavily depend on fuel imports and have limited energy reserves. Slovenia becomes the first EU country to introduce fuel rationing.
Wow.
Hundreds of petrol stations across Australia run out of fuel as Labour inks supply deal with Singapore. So this is already, someone pointed out on Twitter, they're like, this feels like in the pre-COVID lead up where people were posting things that were happening across the world being like, I don't know, it looks pretty bad over there. It's like this wave cresting towards us.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I want this to end as soon as possible. I think even if it ends today, if Trump is right and the war actually is over and it's just the fake news media keeping it going, we're still going to have knock-on effects that are going to massively fuck shit up.
Liquid natural gas thing is already going to, I don't think anybody even knows what that's going to entail yet. That's the thing.
Oh, yeah. But my thing is, I just don't think Iran has any urgency to do this right now. I don't know why they would. I don't know what's on the table for them. And it does not seem to be going great for the U.S. either. I think we're not getting the full picture. I think it feels almost like there's a little bit of a blackout, or the things we do get seem very weird. We've talked about all those, just 3 F-15s flew out of the sky because, that's less embarrassing than them being shot down. An F-35 apparently has suffered like a very bad crash.
The pilot was coughing. You can't cough.
Iran said they hit it, but America's like, no, that's our unkillable plane.
The pilot had a bad.
It wasn't hit, and the pilot did suffer some shrapnel injuries, but it wasn't hit. Trust us. And now, USS Gerald Ford is being docked in Crete for the next 12 to 18, maybe even 2 years, 12 to 18 months.
Because of the poop thing?
No, they're saying that there was a fire on board.
Uh-huh.
The best we can find out is that it was because they forgot to clean the lint out of dryers.
That'll happen. That'll happen, brother. I don't know. Better. Where'd you get that from? The fake New York Times or the fake NBC?
I just can't.
News fake.
I can't imagine. I feel like it's been hit, and they don't want to tell us.
Get a load of fake news guy over here.
It's okay, fine. There was a fire from the dryer, and it's 18 months out of commission. Our most state of the art, maybe the biggest aircraft carrier in the world.
Gerald Ford.
Yeah.
Floating city, those things. It's a lot of lint. It is a lot of lint. I mean, when you think about it, those motherfuckers do be doing a lot of laundry. It's like 5,000 people. I'm not saying I don't know anything. I'm just yanking
I
your chain.
obviously don't know either. This is what they're telling us. I'm like, okay, fine.
God, I would hate to be on a ship like that.
I'm like, what's worse? Our planes are just falling out of the sky. That's better than it's just being shot down and like literally taking out our floating city, our most
prized possession.
This beautiful, massive warfighter we built.
Well, because
it couldn't withstand some
pesky lint fire,
some large loads from the from the 82nd Airborne. What are you telling me? That's less embarrassing?
I think for me the damage is just the trust about this is all about trust. I can't. How are we supposed to trust that anything is fucking real coming out from anywhere, man? I don't know. I can't I can't trust that. Yeah, what the administration is saying is the truth, or what anybody's. I'm just lost. I really have no concept of what's real anymore and what's the truth. And that's the kind of the point.
That's already
the truth is what they say it is.
But people are getting fed up with it. That's already having massive effects on the economy. This is from the Financial Times. China touts its safety and reliability to global CEOs. Premier Li Qiang told more than 70 chief executives gathered in a, excuse the pronunciation here, Diayutai State Guesthouse for the government's annual Davos-style meeting that the world's second largest economy offered an unmatched supply chain and a predictable commercial environment. The country was committed to being a cornerstone of certainty and a harbor of stability in the face of rising trade protectionism and upheaval in the rules-based international order, said Li. This is in quotes. China will unswervingly promote high-level opening up to the outside, import more high-quality foreign goods.
Unswervingly? You ever seen a Chinese guy drive?
And work with all parties to promote the optimized and balanced development of trade, jointly expanding the global economic and trade pie, he told the audience. And yeah, why wouldn't you?
By the way, that was just me predicting what Trump might say.
No, he's actually insanely racist. He said it.
That is quite literally what he would say. He would focus on their...
Did you see the... I can't even...
Oh, no, what?
I'm just like...
Did I see what?
Him talking to the Japanese woman?
Oh, yeah, when he said the Pearl Harbor thing. And she just kind of went, oh...
It made me watching at home.
Well, yeah,
Pucker,
he's a
you
fucking...
Go, oh, my God.
He's not all there.
They go, well, if you had all this planned, why didn't you tell like so-and-so? And he goes, he looks at the Japanese woman and was like, well, they didn't tell us about Pearl Harbor.
Can you believe that? I can't. Would they have? They really?
We're gonna embed the clip in here because I feel like some people might go, you can't be serious.
Well, one thing you don't want to signal too much. You know, when we go in, we went in very hard, and we didn't tell anybody about it because we wanted surprise. Who knows better about surprise than Japan? Okay? Why didn't you tell me about Pearl Harbor? Okay? Right? You know?
Yeah, well, man, oh man, I'm just fucking tired of this, man. I just don't. I just hope he just fucking die already, you cock. Hey, gang, we want to take one more quick break to talk to you about dress shirts. Yeah, you know that moment when you're going out the door, fellas, and you need a shirt that looks polished without messing with an iron or a steamer or any of that nonsense? Well, that's exactly why I wear my MIZZEN main, because it's fast, sharp, and ready the second you grab it. When I'm going on these auditions and I got to look good, man, I'm just grabbing that thing and I'm bolting, because sometimes it's last minute. And I don't have time, nor do I even own an iron.
But MIZZEN main has got you covered, all right? MIZZEN main makes classic menswear with performance fabrics, so it's effortless to look sharp and feel great. They actually invented the performance fabric dress shirt over 10 years ago, and since then, they've perfected it with modern fabrics. Wow. Their shirts and pants look refined, yet they're stretchy, lightweight, moisture-wicking, wrinkle resistant, and completely machine washable. No ironing or dry cleaning. When you put their clothes on, you'll feel the difference instantly. Professional style that's actually comfortable, whether you're in the office, on the road, or even out on the golf course.
Well, right now, MIZZEN Maine is offering our listeners 20% off your first purchase at mizzenandmaine.com, promo code BAYS20. That's MIZZEN, spelled MIZZEN, and Maine, MAIN.com, promo code BAYS20 for 20% off, mizzenandmaine.com, promo code BAYS20. And if you'd rather shop in person, you can find MIZZEN Maine stores in select states.
I am unfortunately, I don't know if that will solve it. Obviously, it would feel very good. But, you know, I tweeted this weekend, I'm up for anything, even if it's not a solve. I tweeted this weekend, like, I don't understand why there's not just a big movement in, and I don't mean big like the majority, even if there's just 20 members of all of Congress, senators, the House, who are just every time they get airtime going, we need to impeach and remove this man from office.
That's a great point.
Like, I don't know. And hopefully that movement just grows. And I'm like, anytime you are on a podcast, on CNN, on Fox, on writing op-eds in the Wall Street Journal, the New York Times, just talk about how we need to get our government back. It's been hijacked. And some guy, of course, there's always people in your replies. And I literally put, when I tweeted it out, the first thing it says that even if it's not successful, why is this not happening? Why is your focus not on this? And so many people are obviously like, it would never happen. It would. It's like, I know.
That's not the fucking
That's
point.
not the point. And then they were like, and even if it did happen, you advanced. And I'm like, yes, but at least you prove that you cannot just act
This is
in
a
this
great
manner.
point, brother. That is a great amen, brother. At
Like,
least you prove that it still functions as it should.
Right. We're not gonna look, and you can go down the line of like, yes, presidents have acted with authority they didn't have, but we're clearly at a point where action needs to be taken.
Well, and it's not even just the
And if you're running for Congress, Senator, I don't care what say, and I support that movement in Congress right now. We need to impeach and remove this man.
It's beyond just the unpredictability and the chaos and the country quite literally like falling apart. It's some major things are not functioning as they should, as we'll get to with the air traffic control and TSA. A first world, the number one biggest economy from the richest country in history can't even get people on fucking planes in a timely manner because these stupid dipshits running the whole damn thing can't seem to agree on anything because it's all been changed irreparably over the last 10 years from fucking Trumpism. And so it's all of that. But then on top of that, it's the blatant, obvious, in your face, shameless shaking down of everyone and everything with this fucking insider trading that happens every fucking time he sends out a tweet. It's disgusting.
And on top of this, when I'm talking about this removal, I'm also talking about a movement to prosecute all this shit. If you care about this country just being absolutely shaken down and turned into a
they don't give a flying fuck.
Yeah, there needs to be energy around that.
Well, so let's switch gears. There was a really tragic accident late Sunday at New York's LaGuardia Airport when I believe it was a CRJ. Thank God it was a smaller plane. And thank God it wasn't on its takeoff roll and it was instead landing. It had already landed. It was an Air Canada Express flight. It collided with a fire truck that was crossing the runway. The fire truck was responding to a separate incident that was an aborted takeoff because of a stinky odor in the cabin. Can you imagine the guy who's responsible for that stinky odor? Like your farts literally killed 2 innocent pilots.
It was a fart confirmed?
I don't know, but it could have been. Could have very well been a fart. What if it was like a child doing a prank with a stink bomb?
I think they know the difference between a fart and a smell you need the fire department
I think
for.
I think it was like jet fuel smell or burning smell or something. And Senator, what's his name? Duffy?
Yep.
Duffy,
Sean Duffy.
Sean Duffy said that LaGuardia actually has good staffing and it currently has 33 of its target goal of 37 air traffic controllers. But it was clearly one guy doing the work of 2 people. One guy doing the ground ops and one guy doing the landings and takeoffs.
Yeah, that's what I don't understand. I'm obviously not as well versed in the airplane world.
Yeah.
I don't understand how he's saying that. And then also this guy is doing, and I saw people talking about it online, if he's doing both roles.
Clearly they're not very well staffed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It also sounds insane to be running both of those things.
And that poor guy, I was looking on the whatever subreddit, aviation or ATC or something, but all these people are just some of them were pilots who were saying, I fly into LaGuardia often and I've worked with that air traffic control guy. I recognize his voice. He's really, really good. He's been there for a long time. And
Jesus.
He's like a professional and he's been the only guy in the tower multiple times when I've, been coming in and out and and it's super busy and stuff. So it's like, and the guy even says, you hear him we won't play it, but you can hear him on the recording telling the fire truck to stop multiple times. even though he did give it permission at first, he realizes, oh shit, there's a mistake. Stop. It doesn't hear him for whatever reason. The fire truck is just, and then there's video of it, and it's
we're not going to play any of it. It's all pretty gruesome. Even just listening to him talk about how he fucked up. It's
because then he's talking to a Frontier Airlines pilot, and he says like, I really messed up, and the guy says, nah, man, you did the best that you could. It's just tragic all around. There was a near collision earlier this month at LaGuardia. Oh no, at Newark, excuse me. And a plane also bumped another plane when it was parked, both at Newark. Last year, there were apparently more than 1,600 runway incursions, meaning near accidents, which is down 7% from the year before. And in most cases, there was enough time to avoid an accident. That's what freaks me out. Do you wonder how many times you've been on one of those, if you've been on one of those flights where there was nearly a runway incursion?
Yeah, I mean, that's what freaks me out. Getting this kind of peek behind the curtain of just how strapped we are infrastructurally. Just you have a guy running both when he shouldn't be, just near misses. The same day, there was also a ground stop. No, wasn't this?
This was Sunday, late Sunday.
Oh, yeah. Okay. The same day in Newark, there was a ground stop because they had reports of smoke in one of their air traffic control things.
Awesome. Someone's probably vaping. Somebody's hitting that vape. Shouldn't be doing that. And then, just as a reminder, I mean, folks, if you're looking for a career that pays well and stuff, consider being an air traffic controller because this country needs them. It's got a really high dropout rate, though. I think like 90% of people who enroll end up dropping out. I believe last year, I want to say
dropping out of the
program because it's. I think it takes like 6 years. Damn. So there's a guy, I forgot who it is. There's a guy
could become an ICE agent like 300 times over.
But there was someone's proposing to drastically reduce that because they're like, it does not take 6 years to become adept enough at this to do the job.
It seems like more than anything, we just need enough people to be staffed up.
Yeah. But I think I want to say out of 3,000 enrolled or something, only 160 ended up completing it last year.
God damn.
Or like there were, let's see, 30 to 50% of trainees fail to certify. At the FAA Academy in Oklahoma City, roughly 30 to 35% of students do not complete the training. Others drop out during subsequent on-the-job training, with overall academy to facility washout rates often reaching 40 to 50%. So I was a little bit off there. So, it's a tough job. I knew an air traffic controller guy. I think I mentioned that. His name was Steve, and he had a permanent nervous laugh. Hey guys.
That's terrible.
He was an older. This is when I was a teenager.
Do you know if he was born with it or if
he might have just been that way because this is back in the early 2000s.
Well, I hope he didn't develop that from being an air traffic controller.
No, he's a really nice guy.
It sounds like a pretty nerve-wracking job. I gotta say.
Yeah, dude. I played an air traffic control video game on my phone, and that was stressful. Got to reroute the planes and a helicopter. Oh shit! Here comes a helicopter. Oh, you got to make them not crash. But it eventually just builds and builds, and you eventually lose because they crash. But and then you got ICE agents are apparently 150 agents have been sent to airports around the country to
stand around and look at their phones.
Stand around and
which is
they're getting paid, but TSA agents aren't.
Right. Which is honestly the best we could ask of ICE agents. Obviously, very nerve-wracking to hear that ICE agents are now going to be in airports. Already have some. It's probably not even worth playing.
No, it's too sad.
It's like you could imagine. It's a mother at SFO who apparently from the reporting I've seen is a U.S. citizen, just being ripped away from her daughter, doing what ICE does. But yes, this is the next escalation in Democrats are not funding the DHS bill because they don't want the money going to ICE, which they shouldn't. There's been reporting and multiple senators themselves saying that they were ready to strike a deal with Democrats and Trump has told them no. I believe this is from Punchbowl reporting. Senate Republicans would support funding all of DHS except ICE, the agency at the center of the bitter partisan dispute over Trump's immigration crackdown. And then ICE funding could be handled later in a party line reconciliation bill, so they would still be able to ram it through anyway. But Trump said no, according to multiple sources. The president wants Republicans to stay in D.C. and keep fighting with Democrats over DHS funding. Not only that, Trump warned that he'd publicly slam Senate Republicans if they left town for the upcoming recess. Trump also
they
said
have 2 weeks off coming up.
Yeah. And then Senator Kennedy, the Republican, also went on TV and said the same exact thing. He said he went to Trump and was like, we can get this done, and we can also get the ICE stuff through reconciliation. And Trump was like, no, we will not work with the radical Democrats.
God damn, dude. Fucking cocksucking piece of shit.
So there's no one to blame but Trump on this one. It looks like all hell is breaking loose at airports.
50,000. God bless these TSA agents. These are American heroes. 50,000 of them have been working without pay since February 14th. They're still showing up. A lot of them have called in sick and are just like not showing up, which I don't blame them for. But depending on the airport, yeah, it's I believe Houston's airport is a mess. Atlanta's a mess. JFK is starting to become a mess. LAX is not a mess yet. This just speaks to how fucking stupid and inept this all is. Tom Homan said that these ICE agents are just going to be chilling out. But then Sean Duffy said, "Oh, they could do TSA jobs. They could man the X-ray machines." But Tom Homan's like, "No, because the X-ray machines you need to be trained." And it's just, I mean, also there's only 150 of them.
Here's Trump asked if they're going to be arresting people or if they're going to be helping as TSA agents.
Direct arrests, illegal migrant arrests at airports, sir.
Arrests?
Will we see ICE arresting illegal migrants at airports?
Yeah, that's why the Democrats are going crazy, because they've allowed, by what they did, and hold up, we put ICE, who are a very high level, I mean, they really are a high level group of people, and they love it because they're able to now arrest illegals as they come into the country.
Wouldn't you just love to see his head explode?
That's very fertile territory.
Just right there,
but
just
that's
pop.
not why they're there. They're really there to help.
Are we talking to Iran?
And he calls it very fertile territory.
Fertile territory?
And this is causing such a mess. So people from the National Transportation Safety Board, when they were trying to get to the LaGuardia crash, they couldn't get through security to come help investigate.
That's psycho.
It's crazy. The head of the National Transportation Safety Board said Monday that long lines at airport security checkpoints caused by the ongoing Department of Homeland Security shut down delayed investigators arriving at the scene of a deadly collision between a jet and a fire truck at LaGuardia International Airport. An air traffic control specialist was stuck in line for 3 hours at an airport in Houston. She claimed officials had to beg to see if we can get her through.
Did you see what Delta said about politicians? They used to have a dedicated desk.
Which is honestly great. If every airline has that, well, sorry, explain what it is.
They've got a dedicated desk for politicians for when they have to travel. And Delta said, we're not doing that anymore.
So
Fuck
you. Deal with it.
You're going to have to deal with everybody else.
Which is beautiful. I need every...
I mean, they're all so rich, it doesn't matter. They're all going to fucking fly private then. Not all of them, obviously. Delta issued a statement saying it would temporarily suspend specialty services for members of Congress due to the impact on resources from the long-standing government shutdown. Boy, those bathrooms at the airports are probably a mess. Going into high gear.
Oh, dude,
everybody's
I'd be fucked.
gathered around pissing and shitting in the same toilets.
I can't... I mean, I guess hopefully people will let you out of line or something, but no way. I'm not going to be able to hold it for 4 hours.
Thank God I have no travel coming up in the next couple, until May. It better be fixed by then.
If it's not fixed by May, I'm
smuggling a box cutter on it with that airplane.
If it's not fixed by May, I don't even know what that world looks like. I think
truly, it's chaos. That's the other thing. So it's not just, and this all has me concerned about safety. For some reason, when there's long lines like that, I'm worried about just safety. Who's paying at TSA? Are they really paying attention with all this shit? They're understaffed. They're overworked. They're not even getting fucking paid. And the airlines themselves are saying, well, this is different from safety, but they're raising fares. They're cutting schedules. They're rerouting flights. Many of them that go through the Middle East, they're rerouting. So some flights are taking longer, which means that ticket prices are going to go up.
And when you factor in how jet fuel is going to go up.
Oh, yeah. Jet fuel jumped from $85 to $90 a barrel to $150 to $200 in recent weeks. As you were saying earlier, 80% of Southeast Asia oil comes from the Persian Gulf. 40% of gas stations in Laos and Cambodia are closed due to shortages. Pakistan apparently just closed school. Pakistani school children closed for 2 weeks to conserve fuel.
We had the same, no one's going to listen to it. We had a similar order, I think, I forget what administration said it. I tweeted about it because I was like, this is so ridiculous. But they're like, you should start working from home, doing less trips to whatever, like all of this stuff to conserve energy. It's like, pal, is that going to help?
What would these cocksuckers say if it was Joe Biden asking you to make such a sacrifice? They'd be.
This is the tyranny that they always knew was coming. We need to get our militia together to go, because this is exactly what we were talking about.
Hey, maybe you can take the American Airlines bus. Check out the American Airlines bus. Also, a lot of these, I think American Airlines, among pretty much every other airline, is saying that their expenses this quarter are going to jump hundreds of millions of dollars. But they've got this American Airlines bus, trip connections with Landline. It's called Landline. A new and convenient way to travel. Travel in comfort between regional airports and Chicago O'Hare or Philadelphia airports with Landline. This premium motor coach experience, the copywriting, it's not a bus. It's a premium motor coach experience that offers many of the same amenities.
It's not a bus.
It's not a bus. Offers many of the same amenities as a flight. Oh, good. That's just what I want. And is booked just like any other connecting flight in our network. Check your bags and clear security before your journey begins, and relax in leather seats on your way to and from. Apparently, it's just between Chicago and Philadelphia with complimentary entertainment, Wi-Fi, and power at every seat. Yeah, so they have
these hubs in these weird small airports, I guess.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
So it's between, there's connections. Yeah, it's between Chicago
can earn
and
miles. You can earn miles on the Landline travel.
Yeah. Recline in comfortable seats and relax instead of driving.
How it works. Book your trip with American as normal. Instead of a connecting flight, your connection to ORD or PHL will allow operated by the Landline company.
Oh, yeah. So that's what you got to look out. If you're out there, look, because you know how sometimes it'll say American operated by American Eagle or something like that. If you see operated by the Landline company, good luck.
Run.
Actually, it might not be that bad.
Apparently, it does get stuck in traffic a lot, and you can miss your flight.
Oh yeah, you don't say. you don't
but
say.
But it does offer the same amenities as a flight.
Yeah.
This is my favorite amenity they're offering right now. I'm sending it to the
American Airlines.
No, so apparently the lines are so long. They're hiring some live entertainment for the people.
No fucking way. This is at Atlanta.
Yeah, I would lose my mind. Just play it for a little bit.
No one else can feel the rain on your skin.
Someone probably, I bet a commenter knows the reason why, but airlines love horrible like Muzak editions of popular songs.
Yeah.
Because that was what, Natasha Bedingfield, the rest is still unwritten.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on Delta. You land or before you're taking off,
God,
and they're just piping in we fell in love in a hopeless place.
And it's just loud. It feels like you're at a dentist office.
It's crazy.
It makes me want to cry. It makes me want to cry. I'm like, please turn it off. This isn't happy.
They must only have so many songs that they have the rights to, because after about like 16 minutes, the same song comes back on. You're like, no, I can't do the musical version of.
And you know that the Delta CEO is like, we here at Delta want to make this a premium experience. We're going to pipe in shitty music for you while you wait. So it's it's like nobody wants to hear that shit. Everybody's fucking miserable when they're traveling, including your own fuck. If I was the flight attendants, I would not press that button. Just leave it silent. Don't Do what the corporate overlords tell you to do. Don't hit
I
play.
would run it up the ladder. I'd go, it seems to make them irritable. I don't think they like it.
I don't think it's condescending.
They're not liking Muzak versions of Rihanna. It's making them crazy.
Sometimes it is just the real song, but man, oh man.
You know what? The only time I get the real song, I don't know what airline it is, but it's their original songs that feel like they're from an alternate universe or something. They're artists you've never heard before. You see it on the screen, and it's just
We've got exclusive tracks on American Airlines radio from Tommy Bones and the Jones Jones Gang. Did it for the do, yeah. How do you and on the on the jazz radio station. Nobody's fucking listening to that radio station. Sorry, go on.
They're gonna drive someone to madness. Someone's going to kill someone in line.
They were doing that on American Airlines. Actually, I'm just now remembering it, and it was I didn't know who this guy was, and I'm sorry, but they kept advertising for South by Southwest Nathaniel Rateliff in the Crummy Bones or something, and they were like, you can watch all the. It's just like American Express sponsored blues showcase for South by Southwest, and I'm like, I'm not gonna watch this fucking sweaty guy with a cool hat performance shit that I've never heard of. Yeah, this guy. That is such he's apparently really good. Sure, he's probably fine, but man, if that ain't an American Airlines featured artist on American Airlines TV, God, fuck you.
Oh, look at that.
Look at all those denim shirts, man.
You know it smells crazy in there.
I wore my denim shirt today. Yeah, but I also wore my denim shirt.
That is the most 2014 image I've ever seen.
Buddy, you can wear a bigger shirt.
Oh, yeah. Let the belly breathe.
Anyway, I'm sure that guy's very good.
Good Lord. These are unbelievable.
Look at the guy on the left.
I know.
His kerchief around his...
Is anyone else going to go hat kerchief? Because I was thinking of doing hat kerchief.
No, not me. Well, now let's round it out with a little RIP, shall we? We can play some nice sad music. Rest in peace to the founder of OnlyFans. His casket was surrounded by naked ladies. Naked ladies. Matt Walsh tweeted like he's a smut peddler and he's burning in hell. Can you imagine your legacy being one of just peddling absolute filth? And people were being like, what do you think we're going to be saying about you when you die, dude?
Oh, it's not going to be nice, pal.
I don't think I'm even going to acknowledge it. I'm just going to be like, oh, he died? Huh.
He died doing what he loved, asking people what a woman is.
And also, Charlie Kirk's mentor died after choking on a pickleball, apparently. Yeah, he choked on a pickleball. A freak. What
weird.
Else could a freak?
The subject just Charlie Kirk's mentor dies after a freak pickleball accident.
Yeah. Oh, no, I thought this was an ice cube.
Apparently, he just fell and beefed it super hard on the pickleball court.
76 years old, beefed it.
Severe head injury.
You don't say.
The hell were you? What were you guys doing?
Oh man, they were going hard with the pickleball, man.
Yeah, and his family just decided to take him off life support.
You know what? Unplug it.
Unplug it.
We don't want to deal with that. Oh, is that his wife or is that his daughter, girlfriend? What does it say? I can't read that. Small daughter, his daughter. It's very tragic when someone loses a father.
Our hearts go out to the families of the OnlyFans founder and Charlie Kirk's mentor.
Yeah, two men we did not name by name. Listen, hey folks, so a couple things. We are going to have a heck of a bonus episode today. And I think that's it, actually. What else? Oh, and we're going to have our announcement. We're going to give an update for everybody about what we're going to do.
Keep an eye out for that.
BenandEmilShow.com. Go there. We hope if you got a flight coming up, try your best to delay it, man, because who knows? Or get to the airport 50 hours early. Just get there 2 days in advance.
Also,
should be fine.
Try to tell your boss, like, hey, look, I think we should do our part as Americans, and I want to work from home.
Yeah.
Even if you're like a cashier or something, tell them you think it'd be best if you were doing it from home.
Yeah. All right, folks. We'll see you in the bonus.
Coming up on this week's episode of BenandEmilShow.com.
They trot him out, and they put him in front of the mansion, and they come out of the limo, and that's when they first lay eyes on him.
Oh, you get to turn them away right off the bat.
No.
Oh.
That would be an amazing show. Just no. Oh, this person bought haddock at Walmart in Pennsylvania. Fish. They sold us fish reduced for a quick sell. Had a horrible smell, but we had a certain level of trust for
Why?
Yeah.
Dude, the amount of things we read where the guy's like,
This
it
looked
smelled
moldy.
like death. It smelled like death, but we said, hey, you know what?
Yeah.
We got to trust our fellow man. What are you doing?
Oreo. Here's another one. Sonic Drive-In, Odessa, Texas. Oreo Blast smelled like chemicals.
Then don't eat it.
Within 30 minutes, vomiting, and within an hour, diarrhea. It's always the same thing. It smelled like poison, and it looked like mold, and we got sick after eating it. Well, so you know that his lawyer was like, Your Honor, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, it is absolutely asinine to suggest that my client could operate a firearm, let alone kill someone, let alone operate a firearm. And then the defense comes up and he's like, oh yeah, just a sec. Oh,
okay.
We've got video of him.
So there's lots of videos of him shooting guns?
Yeah. Video posted in January 2024 shows Cornhole star. Jeez, just that. Cornhole star Dayton Weber loading and firing a handgun.
This is the problem. I think he was too ambitious. He was like, I can do anything. And they were like, do you really need to fire the gun? And he's like, I just want to, I think I should know how to do it.